Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, Starseed Astrologer and Spiritual Messenger from SacredSoulEmpowerment.com. Here to do your weekly angel card reading for Monday, September 10th through Sunday, September 16th, 2018. For this week's weekly reading, we'll be using the Power Angel Tarot deck by Radley Valentine, and your special message card, depending on your stone of choice this week, will be coming from the Archangel deck. So just a reminder that the September Angel Astrology video is also up on my YouTube channel under Colleen Lemma. So if you want to get an overview of the whole month of September and what is in store, since we now are past the eclipse season, please make sure you tune into that September Angelic Astrology for the month. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at your stones of choice. Your first stone of choice this week is rhodochrosite. And just as I said last week, and I'm going to try to not give you too much information, but your angels and guides want you to really go on what feels right. What are you drawn to? And sometimes we like a stone in general, but sometimes when I do a weekly reading, you're often drawn to, in the week, a different type of stone. So this is, again, rhodochrosite. It's a pink stone dealing with heart chakra energies. And of course, that's our emotional nature, and also in some ways dealing with relationship matters as well as self-love. See, I can't just do it. I have to give you information for some reason. Okay. So your second, sorry, angels and guides, your second stone of choice is green fluorite. And this is a very light and wispy kind of green fluorite. It's so clear you can kind of see my finger here through the back of it. And the green fluorite, whoops, sorry about that, just jumped right out of my hand. Green fluorite also deals with heart chakra energies, but kind of gives this kind of clearing, cleansing effect, almost like we're doing a spring cleaning on the heart chakra. And it has this kind of inspiring freshness about it. I don't even know how else to put it, but it's just a very light, clearing type of feeling with this particular green fluorite. And then your last stone of choice is blue lace agate. The blue lace agate has these beautiful striations in it, and that's going to deal with throat chakra energies and speaking your truth and being authentic with your voice and with your communications. They're also saying this can deal with ear chakras as well, and hearing or increasing your ability with clairaudience or hearing messages. So again, your stones of choice, again going on your intuition, we have the rhodochrosite, we have the green fluorite, and we have the blue lace agate. I'm just laughing at myself because I just can't seem to not give you information about the stones, and your angels and guides really want you to just work on using your intuition, not just with the stones, but using your intuitive inner guidance through each and every day with decisions you have to make, and what the next steps are on your path, and they really want you to kind of tune in and trust yourself and what you're getting. So let's start by talking about the astrology for the week. Now there's actually quite a bit going on here. On Monday the 10th, we have Mars, planet of energy, action, and forward movement, and it's finally going back into the sign of Aquarius, where it was when it went retrograde some weeks ago. So I feel like this is going to be a good shift, a positive shift. We're going to feel this shift. And not that Mars being in Capricorn, where it's stationed and went direct, is negative in any way. You know, Mars, again, being about energy and action and forward movement, really was highlighting our career path, our destiny path, our projects that we're working on, goals, ambitions, while it was in the sign there of Capricorn. Now that it's moving, though, back into the sign of Aquarius, where it was when it went retrograde, I feel like we're going to feel a little bit more movement, and this is why, because Mars is a fire planet, or a fiery kind of planet. And while it was stationed and turning direct in Capricorn, Capricorn is an earth sign. So fire and earth, they're not the best of elements when you merge them together. You know, they're not totally compatible. But Aquarius is an air sign. And when you put a fire planet in an air sign, Mars in Aquarius, it increases that intensity for that fire, creative energy, movement to kind of take place. And a lot of this movement is going to be with our ideas because, again, Aquarius rules the mental realm. It rules the mind. It rules ideas. It rules thoughts. It rules, inspirations. It rules the crown chakra and opening up to higher divine guidance and wisdom. So we're kind of merging a planet, Mars, that really deals with the third dimension in some ways. It's very, masculine oriented, third dimension oriented. And we're putting it in a sign that rules the higher dimensions, Aquarius. So I just feel like we're going to feel that shift, and I feel like it's going to be positive. On Tuesday the 11th, the Sun, which is now in Virgo, is going to be making a positive connection to Pluto in Capricorn. Now, Pluto is the planet of power and control and transformation and regeneration, death and rebirth, transmuting lower vibrational energies. So, Pluto packs a powerful punch. In Virgo, where the Sun is, this is the lens through which we're shining our light now, that Virgo energy, which is dealing with details and the energy of discernment and taking the next small steps forward. And of course, Virgo rules the mental realm. So we're going to feel empowered here with this connection to Pluto. Feeling empowered as far as our thoughts and our ideas and our communications, both within ourselves and with other people. Now, there may be some power situations and circumstances that play out. But again, the Sun is trining Pluto. It's a positive connection. So I just feel like you'll be empowered, like you're stepping into your power, you're merging with your power, you're taking your power back perhaps in some certain sort of circumstances or situations that have been occurring for you. And on Wednesday the 12th, this is interesting because Venus, which is now in the sign of Scorpio, it recently moved out of her home sign of Libra, which is all about partnerships and relationships. Venus rules relationships, Libra rules partnerships, but now she's in Scorpio. Venus in Scorpio will be opposing Uranus in Taurus. Now, there's a couple interesting things here. One is that Venus also is the planet that rules money and finances because she also rules the sign of Taurus, and that's Taurus's realm. Scorpio is one of the signs of the zodiac that also rules money and finances. And the interesting thing is that it's opposing Uranus in the sign of Taurus. So we have the money signs here. Uranus and Taurus. Taurus is our money and our finances and our resources and our values. Scorpio is other people's money, other people's finances, other people's values, other people's personal resources, if I didn't say that already. And so there may be something that's happening quickly, suddenly, out of the blue, because it's Uranus in the mix here, regarding finances. Now, I don't feel this is necessarily a negative, and it's not necessarily a positive either. You have an opposition here between Venus and Scorpio and Uranus and Taurus. And with Uranus, we always expect the unexpected, so we don't really know what we're going to get here with Uranus, but the opposition plays out with other people in our lives. And so other people or outside circumstances are somehow involved in this. Now, this can also be about relationships and what we value in our relationships, what we value in ourselves or what we value in the other people within our relationships, because Venus is here. So both relationships and money, there could be something happening here. And the other reason why it's interesting is that this is the first of 3 times that Venus will oppose Uranus. So the second time is going to be at the end of October of this year, and the third time will be at the beginning of December. So there's something being set up right now with Venus opposing Uranus that will play out again towards the end of October and then play out again the beginning of December. There's a pattern that's being developed here. So pay attention on or around the 12th with this connection and, kind of make a mental note, if you will, about what that is. Now, Thursday through Saturday, Mercury is highlighted here. Mercury is the planet of the mental realm. He rules our thoughts, our ideas, our communications with other people, and how we communicate, within our own minds with ourselves. Mercury is opposing Neptune on Thursday, and Neptune has this elusive kind of effect, sometimes a confusing effect, but also a very spiritual effect. So there could be a couple of things happening here. Our intuitions may be increasing and highlighted on or around that day, but we could also have some confusing communication or miscommunications with other people because again, there's an opposition here between Mercury and Neptune. Mercury is in Virgo, which is one of his home sign placements. Again, dealing with details and organization and plans. And with that opposition to Neptune, I want to say go with the flow. Don't be locked in with what your plan or idea is. And, be open to reorganizing or redirecting certain decisions or plans. That's what Neptune asks you to do. As it moves forward, as Mercury moves forward, as of Saturday, it's in a positive connection with Pluto. So again, earlier in the week we had the Sun connecting with Pluto in a positive way. Now we have Mercury in Virgo connecting with Pluto in a positive way. So again, we're feeling empowered. We're having empowered communications or powerful communications with other people, or powerful thoughts and ideas. And there's some plans here that, I feel like in the weeks coming up can start to move forward and move ahead. The other thing is that also as Mercury moves forward on Sunday, it's making a positive connection to Jupiter. And this is a sextile aspect. And I don't always talk about the sextiles because sometimes there's many of them, and the video would be way too long if I talked about all the sextiles. But I felt like it was important to include this one with Mercury in a positive sextile to Jupiter. A sextile is an aspect of opportunity. Jupiter is a planet of blessings and expansion. It's right now in the sign of Scorpio, which is that sign of empowerment. So I feel like there's something here with Mercury, with Pluto, and then with Jupiter, even earlier in the week with Neptune, that we're needing to kind of go with the flow, feel empowered within our thoughts, and be open to some sort of blessing. Now, the blessing could be a thought that comes in to redirect your path. That could be a new opportunity of some sort. It could be a communication with someone else that brings in some sort of positive benefit. So be open to what that might be. All right, so let's go ahead and move now to the cards and take a look at what our angels and guides have to say for the week. Wow. Okay, talking about opportunities and blessings. The first card here is Major Arcana number 17, the Star card with Archangel Jophiel. She's the archangel that asks us to pay attention to the beauty that's around us, the blessings that are around us, the good that's around us. And so that fits with what we were just talking about with Jupiter here. The message at the bottom says, a dream come true, believe in yourself, the end of a difficult situation. So I feel like here we're talking about plans for the future. That's what the Star card usually is. It's about paying attention to your hopes and dreams and wishes and making plans for the future, because as it says here, that it's almost like the worst is over, as it says here at the bottom, the end of a difficult situation. Some of that challenge or difficulty could have been those eclipses that we went through, the eclipses of July and August that redirected circumstances and situations either in an instant or over, the weeks since from those eclipses. This could even go back even further. Maybe some of you have been dealing with challenges a lot longer than, midsummer. I think a lot of us have been dealing with changes and redirections and trying to resituate ourselves since the beginning of the year, even for the last couple of years, 2 or 3 years, is what I'm getting. So know that it's now time to think about the future, and it's time to move forward, and it's time to feel positively and know that there's blessings coming. That's what the Star card means. It's like reaching for the stars, reaching for the highest attainment of the blessings that you could bring in for yourself or magnetize to yourself or co-create with the universe for yourself. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next card. Also be aware that here we have an angel, and there's she's got 2 vessels with water pouring out of both. And that's just showing you the flow of the positive energies that can come forth as we move, not just throughout this week, but I feel like, again, this is talking about the future. So in the weeks and perhaps even months ahead, there's good things that are starting to come in, good things that are starting to flow. Now the second card, 2 cards came out. So let's look at this one first. Okay, this is interesting because this is Major Arcana number 18, the very next card after the Star card. Major Arcana number 18, the Moon with Archangel Haniel, which is the archangel that assists us with increased psychic perceptions and our healing abilities. I feel like often too she actually helps us with subconscious patterns, and that's because that's what the Moon is about. The Moon is about our subconscious patterns. our emotional bodies, how we emotionally get triggered sometimes with certain energies. Now, the message at the bottom of this card says the opportunity to improve your plans. Listen to your intuition for accurate guidance. And it says, face your fears and grow stronger. The moon sometimes is about our subconscious fears. And oftentimes when we get the moon card in a reading, it talks about us being overly emotional, those subconscious fears coming up. But I don't get that with this card because it's following the star card. Now, there still may be some subconscious patterns we need to heal. There still may need to be some fears that we have to face. But I feel like this is more about paying attention to your intuitive guidance. I feel like, as we follow the star card here with our hopes and our dreams for the future and paying attention to those, that the moon card is saying it's time to clear out any old shadow stuff now. It's time to release any fears or anxieties now and really move into fine-tuning your own intuitive guidance and listening to your inner voice. And, I feel like there's a flow here with the healing that's going to be taking place on the emotional body level. And I especially like that the star card is about, again, paying attention to our future plans. And the first sentence on this card says the opportunity to improve your plans. And so there's something here about redirecting. There's something here about what you thought maybe some months ago now needs to be adjusted. And maybe not too much, or maybe it does need to have a whole overhaul, but the adjustment might just need to be minor. It might just need a little tweaking, so to speak. But there's an opportunity here to improve upon what you've been trying to move towards, or what you've been trying to create, or what you've been trying to manifest. So just know that some of this was about divine timing, especially with those eclipses in July and August. And now we're moving into a time of improvement. Now let's see what the next card was that went along with the moon. Okay, the Ten of Michael, which is the Ten of Swords in the traditional tarot. And the message at the bottom says a situation has ended and you are finally free. New opportunities for happiness will now follow. Put the past behind you. So that goes along perfectly with the moon card. The number 10 is the last of the minor arcana cards before we get to the court cards, like the page, the knight, the queen, and the king. So because this is the last of the minor arcana cards, we're at the end of something. And just like it says here, a situation has ended. There's an ending here. And, this is the suit of swords. It's the suit of the mental realm. So it's the end of a way of thinking and an end to the way of believing about yourself and your life. This is about letting go again of any fears, doubts, worries, concerns, because there's something good that's starting to unfold here with the star card. We might have to have a little bit of patience as it's unfolding, but know that it is unfolding and know that those blessings are coming. And we can be free now of any negative thoughts or belief systems. And perhaps this is even being free of situations and circumstances, even though this is a mental realm card. It could equate to also being free of those certain situations or circumstances so that we can, as it says here, put the past behind us and move forward. I'm anxious in a good way, to see what the last card is. The last card is the King of Michael. And again, this is the King of Swords in the traditional tarot. The King is the most mature of the court cards. He's the leader, he's the strength. He's confident. And actually, the keywords at the top says principled, rational, ambitious, and respected. You can see how self-assured he is as he's standing there with his wings open, his arms crossed, not in a negative way like he's trying to protect himself, but in a way of being secure and stable and focused. The message at the bottom says, wisdom and objectivity are important now. Stay in your integrity. A situation that calls for honest and open communication. And I feel like that's Mercury. That's the Mercury opposing Neptune and then connecting with Pluto and then connecting with Jupiter. Mercury rules thoughts, ideas, and communications. And so this is suggesting that we may need to be not only open and honest with other people in our communications, but open and honest with ourselves. Take charge. The king is the court card that takes charge, right? He's the leader. He's the king. So we're needing to take charge of our thoughts, take charge of what we're thinking and what we're putting out to the universe. And again, if we need to tweak or change those belief systems, do so. I'm very drawn to the yellow flowers at the bottom of the card. So that's connecting with the solar plexus chakra. That is your center, your chakra of self-will and leadership and confidence and empowerment. So I feel like eating yellow foods, wearing yellow clothing, picking and having yellow flowers in the house, anything that deals with that, and of course visualizing the yellow of the solar plexus when you're doing meditation, but anything to do with that color and that vibration is going to be very helpful and empowering for you in this week. So let's go ahead and take a look at your special message card depending on your stone of choice. And so that first stone, I'm going to give these a little bit of a shuffle. Taking a deep breath. That first stone is rhodochrosite. So we're looking for the message from the archangels for rhodochrosite, and this one's sticking up to me. Nurture with Archangel Gabriel. It says, as you nurture a child, you nurture your own inner child. Both activities are important for you right now. Now, what I'm getting is sort of different from what this card says. First of all, Archangel Gabriel, or Gabriel, depending on how you want to look at it, is the archangel that deals with messages and communication, all forms of communication, speaking, teaching, writing, and expressing yourself. And I feel like we're needing to call in Archangel Gabriel this week for not only communications with other people, but again, to assist with our thoughts and ideas and to bring us messages. I often feel, when I do a reading for people, I call in Archangel Gabriel, and I say Archangel, I usually call it by the feminine name of Gabriel, but I say, Archangel Gabriel, please assist me in receiving and giving messages of the highest vibration of light. So I feel like there's something here about the receiving and giving of messages and the receiving of positive communications and the putting out of positive intentions here when I see this card. And the nurture part is about nurturing yourself, to me, more than it is perhaps nurturing other people. I feel like you're really needing to nurture yourself with positive self-talk. You're a beautiful person, you're a successful person, you deserve all the best that the universe has to offer, and kind of going through some of that positive self-talk and maybe even writing out affirmations is part of what I'm getting with this message. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the message for the green fluorite people. Okay, this one's popping out. Green fluorite. Healthy lifestyle with Archangel Raphael. And the message says, eat a healthful diet, get adequate sleep, and exercise regularly for optimal health. Now, this can be quite literal, but I feel like this is about energy movement. This is about Virgo's realm too, by the way. Virgo is really about, health and diet and exercise and just really taking care of yourselves physically. So it is interesting that Archangel Raphael comes out with this card here with all the Virgo energy that we're experiencing. So I feel like this is a message that some of you are maybe having some sensitivities with certain things that you're eating, having certain maybe digestive issues occur. And, this is again Virgo's realm. So as the Sun and Mercury are moving through Virgo right now, it's important that we pay attention to what we're eating, that we're eating organic and higher vibrational foods, but also that we're just paying attention to if we're eating something and it's not reacting well with our physical bodies. And it might be just a short-term thing, it might be just about the current energy, the present energy at the moment. It doesn't mean that you can never eat it again, but I feel like there's something for some of you that's just not setting well with your physical body right. And again, the idea about exercise is about moving the energy, because if we have digestive disturbances, there's something stagnant, something that we're not digesting properly. And I don't mean just food, I mean something in our lives, a situation in our lives that we're not digesting properly or assimilating properly, and it's causing these digestive disturbances. And so the movement, the exercise, the walking, swimming, whatever it is that you like to do that can move your body, dance, stretch, yoga, this is going to help to move the energy so that it can move on out of there and stop kind of disturbing the physical body, so to speak. It's mental too. So also, again, meditation is going to be helpful for moving out the negative the negative energy vibrations or thoughts. Okay, so let's go to the blue lace agate people. Blue lace agate, looking for the message, and this one here is calling my attention. So blue lace agate, moon cycles. And this is with Archangel Haniel, and she came up earlier with the moon. So isn't it interesting? We had Major Arcana, the moon, with Archangel Haniel, and this also, moon cycles with Archangel Haniel. So blue lace agate people, I would call upon Archangel Haniel to assist you with healing any subconscious patterns or belief systems, increasing your psychic sensitivities and intuitions, and your healing abilities as well, or to bring healing in for you. The message at the bottom, notice how the moon affects your energy and manifestations, and capitalize upon these cycles. Now, I didn't jot down on my notes, and I didn't talk about the moon because the moon moves so fast through the zodiac. It moves through a sign every 2.5 days. So for those of you with blue lace agate this week, look up where the moon is, or watch my daily Facebook posts for that information. As far as between Monday and Sunday, where's the moon at, and how is it affecting you and your chart and your energies? And I feel like this isn't just about this week either, that you might be more sensitive, at least in the short term right now, about the moon and where it's moving and how it's connecting with other planets. I also feel like this may be about an upcoming new or full moon as well. So pay attention for the next couple of months about the new moons and the full moons and how those affect your physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies and direction in life. So I hope you've liked this weekly angel card reading. I want to thank all of you for subscribing to the channel, watching my videos, commenting on my videos, supporting me. Also, for those of you that follow me on Facebook, I have 2 pages, Colleen Lemma and Sacred Soul Empowerment. And now on Instagram too, and starting to use that more and more, so you can check me out there as well. Thank you so much, everyone. I love you all, and I'm sending you a lot of love and light and many, many angel blessings.